What is up, everybody? It is that one guy here. It's all clear. Hopefully I register on this light. It's kind of been hit and miss since I got my bike. Whether or not my bike would register at a stoplight. It is the second lightest bike I've ever had. My first bike was... Oh, come on now. Don't cut. My first bike was, I think around the 450, 435 pound mark. It was a 1985 Yamaha Radian. And to me, I remember when I bought that bike, I was like, man, this bike is heavy. But I think, yes, it did register. I win. I think it only felt heavy because it was my first bike. The only bike I'd ever ridden up to that point was this probably like 300-pound 125cc bike at the MSF course. So anything after that is going to feel like a beast. Of course, those bikes didn't really hold their weight well. It was kind of top heavy. I did drop that bike one time. It's the only time I've ever dropped a bike. And, you know, it happens. And... a lot of that was due to inexperience. Part of it was partially not my fault because I had dropped it because somebody had cut me off. But again, I think if that same thing happened to me now, come on, neutral. If that same thing happened to me now, it wouldn't have happened the same way.
5 minutes later.
Let's resume our conversation. We talk about dropping my bike, and what I wanted to talk about a little bit today was dropping your bike. First of all, if you've ever dropped your bike, you know, it sucks. It just sucks. I know that people will tell you, and even I will tell you, it's okay to drop your bike. It's something that we all do. It's something, frankly, I'm pretty sure it's something that we've all done. You know, at one time or another, it doesn't matter if it was your fault or not. It's just something that happens when you have a motorcycle. It falls over, you drop it.
Drop it!
Slow speed. Or no speed at all. You might just be parked and it falls over. It's just something that happens, and it sucks. But I wanted to say a few things that you can do to prevent some of those times where dropping your bike could have been preventable. The first time I dropped my bike, it was definitely preventable. I killed the motor, and what happened was the bike, I had the handlebars turned all the way over, and when I killed it, I mean, it's that your bike's already leaning in the direction of dropping when you do it that way. So yeah, it just fell over. So what I could have done in that case to prevent me dropping my bike was when you're gonna make a fast stop or stop at all, don't have your handlebars turned at all. The more drastic your handlebars are turned, the higher chance is that it's gonna fall. The other thing is, if you're moving your bike without the kickstand down, or really frankly, even if you've got the kickstand down, if you're moving your bike and you're not straddling it, or either way, is don't let it get away from you. Well, it's hard for it to get away from you if you're straddling your bike. But if you're walking alongside your bike, don't let that weight get away from you, because as soon as it starts getting away from you, if you lose your footing, or too much of it gets away from you, it's gonna fall. And like I said, these are things that could be preventable. The other thing I would say about that is, if you're, especially if your bike is in gear, which I would never recommend, is turn it off if you're gonna move it. Secondly, have it out of gear, make sure it's in neutral. Again, if it's gotta be on, I don't know why, but make sure that it's in neutral. And the other thing is, if it's falling over, especially if your bike is on, just let it go. If you try to hold on, especially if you've got your hand on the throttle side, that thing is going to take off on you. It's probably going to hurt you. It's going to hurt your bike more. It could hurt somebody else. Just don't do it. Let it go. It happens, and you're only going to make it worse if you try to hold on, especially on the throttle side. So these are just some of the things that I would suggest to you if you are worried about dropping your bike. If you dropped it before and you feel ashamed, or you feel like, oh, I'm such an idiot, don't feel that way. It's something that we all do. It's something that happens. It's just something you shouldn't worry about. You know, you could be frustrated for a while. You could be angry because you scratched your paint. But just let it go, because it's one of those, right? Don't cry over spilled milk. Don't cry over your dropped bike. You know, like I said, it's okay to feel angry or to feel frustrated that you did it, but you got to let it go. And again, make it a learning experience. Figure out why it was that you dropped it. But guys, that's all I got for you today. It's not really this isn't really a happy subject, but when I do these new rider tips, a lot of the times these things just we want to make the best of the things that we do wrong, or the errors that we make, right? Because when we learn from our mistakes, then that's when it's okay. I mean, it's always okay to make mistakes. It's just tough when you keep making the same ones over and over again. All right, guys, that's all I've got for you today. Hope you liked this video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. Also, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. I say it all the time. It just make my day. Something else I say is, if you're riding, be safe. And if you're not riding, get riding. I'm that one guy, and I am out.